Hello, everyone, and welcome and thank you for joining us for the 33rd annual A Better Chance Creating Leaders for a Lifetime Luncheon. My name is Bertha Coombs. I'm a reporter at CNBC and a very proud A Better Chance Scholar alum, class of 1980, so very long ago. I'm honored to be your host for this second annual virtual event, and it's really a celebration. So I hope that wherever you are, whether it's evening for you now or in the afternoon, pour yourself an iced tea, or in my case, a cranberry juice spritzer or a rosé, and toast our award nominees this afternoon, or award recipients tonight. I'm incredibly grateful for my time as a scholar, and the main reason I remained involved as an alumna, donor, and volunteer and advocate is because this program does something that eludes us so often in this country. It really works to help lift people. The organization doesn't just talk about building a pipeline of future leaders. They deliver on that promise, and they have for the past 58 extraordinary years. Better Chance's mission is to open doors of opportunity for talented young people of color and provide access to the resources and support that will help them grow into our future trailblazers. But the success of this program is not just about the students. I recently lost my mom, and for her, the fact that A Better Chance gave me the ability to go to one of the best schools in the country, Milton Academy, without having to bankrupt our family, well, that was a dream come true for her. Growing up in Cuba from a working class family, she had to quit school in 6th grade to help out at home. She dreamed of being able to send her children to a quality private school, and A Better Chance helped her realize that dream. Tonight, we're going to learn more about this incredible mission and how we help so many realize their dreams. We'll hear from A Better Chance President and CEO, Francisco Tezen, our 2021 Scholar Award winners, Nancy J. Lucas Memorial Award recipient, Jane Sprayragan, and the Judith Barry Griffin Award recipient, Jonathan Pruzan, and others who have experienced the power of this program. As we'll hear about current scholars' experiences and the impact the organization has had on their lives, I want you to think about their families and what it means to them as well. Before we get this celebration on the way, we'd like to take a moment to recognize some of our presenting scholars: Costas Family Foundation and Morgan Stanley Foundation, our valedictorian sponsors, Deloitte, FTI Consulting, Kirkland Ellis, Skadden Arps, Slate, Meager, and Flom, Stanley Black & Decker, State Street Corporation, Teneo, and UPS, and our summa cum laude sponsor, SVP Global. Thank all of you for your support. These sponsors and supporters, like you in the audience, help A Better Chance search for talent throughout the country where others are not looking for them, and providing these students with an educational platform that enables them to really shine and prepares them to lead. Almost 17,000 alumni have benefited from the program since its inception, from CEOs to teachers to lawyers to scientists to governors and, yes, journalists like me. But the reverberations of our impact is felt much more broadly. Our scholars and alumni transform campuses, workplaces, and communities. You're going to hear from two of our scholars tonight who have excelled academically, but they're already paying it forward by championing the fight for equity and social justice, making their voices heard at the United Nations and the Democratic National Convention, and spearheading conversations and action on issues of diversity, equity, and belonging on their campuses with an eye towards building support systems for those who come behind them. Two examples of the over 17,000 stories that A Better Chance has made possible. And as you hear their stories of our scholars and our honorees tonight, I hope that you'll consider supporting A Better Chance financially. That's really what it takes. Right below me on your screen, you can make a gift. And we hope this evening inspires you to join me in my support of these tenacious, talented young scholars and of their families, because it's just so important. Right now, I'm going to turn things over to Francisco Tezen. But again, we really hope that you'll really lend your support to this cause and make a donation tonight. Francisco?
Thank you so much, Bertha. Good evening, everyone. I'm Francisco Tizen, President and CEO of A Better Chance. On behalf of our board of directors, our staff, and the entire A Better Chance family, thank you for joining us tonight. I am thrilled and grateful that we can come together to celebrate our scholars. As we all know, this has been no ordinary year. In fact, it's been an incredibly difficult year, one marked by disruption and unimaginable loss as COVID-19 upended so much of our lives. Most of our 450 graduating seniors did not experience the rites of passage that are synonymous with turning the page and preparing to go off to college. But we're so proud of how you, our scholars, have persevered. In the last year, so many of you lived the words, quote, that while the future may appear dark from the outside, leap into it and it explodes with light. We know you will carry these lessons of resilience, adaptability, creativity, and kindness with you for the rest of your lives. As a community, we also persisted. We came together to ensure that the thousands of incredible young leaders that we support through our programs will have opportunities to pursue their dreams. I could not lead this organization without the partnership of our driven board members, led by Chairman and proud A Better Chance alum Theo Killian, who worked tirelessly, keeping us focused and growing during a very challenging time. I also want to take time to thank our incredible staff, who time and again have risen to the challenges of the last year to help us exceed our goals, helping to place over 300 scholars at some of the nation's leading middle and high schools, inducting a new cohort of over 700 students who are just starting their journey, and providing support and resources to over 2,000 current scholars and an alumni community that is now 17,000 strong. Thank you all for ensuring the organization's ability to impact the lives of all past, current, and future scholars. As an education equity organization, we have been among those working towards solutions to the persistent racial injustices in our country for nearly 6 decades. And the country's renewed vital discourse on equity, inclusion, and justice has inspired us to deepen our commitment by reimagining our relationships with our partners to accelerate progress. This year, despite the obstacles, we have had some remarkable successes. In January of this year, we launched a new scholar and alumni success team that is enabling us to offer enhanced supports for education and career exploration. In collaboration with our college partners, we started delivering a series of workshops to help scholars and their families gain greater awareness of the college admissions process and provide assistance navigating issues of college affordability. Our team was proud to work with our corporate partners to design and launch our first ever Career Week as part of a more robust platform for career exploration. We had over 1,000 participants and over 30 programmatic offerings, career panels, skills workshops, job shadowing, and career coaching. Through new offerings like Career Week, our aim is to ignite curiosity and expand notions of what's possible for our scholars and college-age alums as they embark on careers, while also welcoming back alums who are established leaders in their fields, from finance to medicine, public policy to technology, to name a few, and they all generously pay it forward, offering the benefit of their wisdom and experience to the next generation. Special thanks to our founding multi-year partners who helped us stand up these new programmatic offerings this year: Arnold and Porter, Capital One, Morgan Stanley, Stanley Black & Decker, and Xerox. And this is just the beginning, as we work with advisory partners like Teneo to explore opportunities to strengthen our platform for scholar support and alumni engagement into the future. Because being a Better Chance alum is a lifelong association. It is an incredible professional leadership network. It is a community. Perhaps above all, it is a family. And our work and mission is more vital than ever. A scholar's mom sent me an email recently, brimming with pride and appreciation as he shared that her talented son secured admission into 5 schools. In her note, she wrote, Now I think I know what all those moms and dads feel like during the NBA draft. And in that moment, I was so appreciative of our staff and partners for helping open a door of opportunity for this family. An opportunity that until now for this mother and her son was akin to the rarity of a lottery winner. Going to a top-notch school where high expectations are met with high levels of support shouldn't feel like winning the NBA draft or winning the lottery. A quality education shouldn't be exclusive. It shouldn't be an opportunity available to few. And this is why we must keep pushing to expand access to opportunity. And that is why tonight's event is so critical. Tonight, we raise support for our work across this country, for this year's scholars, for next year's scholars, and for as long as it takes to advance racial equity through access to education and career opportunities. We hope that you will join us by clicking the button to give right below this video and join our community of support. Last but not least, I would like to thank all our sponsors, donors, advocates, and volunteers. Special thanks and gratitude for our presenting sponsors this evening, John and Barbara Costas and the Morgan Stanley Foundation. I would also be remiss if I didn't also share my deep appreciation for longtime champions of our work, Peter and Lori Atkins, for their advocacy and support this year and in the past, helping us garner the resources that are critical fuel for our mission and work. Later this evening, you will hear from Jonathan Pruzan, James Sprayregan, along with John Bayless, and board member Ekene Ezulike, all of whom have helped make tonight an enormous success. But before that, I want to provide a deeper glimpse into our impact. And there's no better way than to have our scholars and alumni tell you themselves.
I am not defined by status.
If not for a better chance, I would not have been at Cate School. If not for Cate School, I wouldn't have been at Dartmouth, but then again, but for a better chance, I wouldn't have been at Dartmouth either, or at the University of Virginia, or a judge, or the president of the California Judges Association.
I am not confined by stereotypes.
There's nothing like changing the minds and the hearts way before people are firm in their kind of beliefs.
I am driven.
I am determined.
I was one of those students who just wanted to learn more and read more, and this just seemed to me like a great chance.
I am waiting for someone to give me a chance.
Show me the possibilities.
Really was, I call a launching pad for the rest of my career, because I really got to experience a lot of interesting things, took advantage of all the opportunities that I had in that school, and met a lot of great people, and it really provided me with the foundation for everything else I did in life.
Give me an excuse to unleash my talent.
There was a voice that said to me, okay, you gotta lean into this, it's about education.
I will write the future. And I will realize the change we all want to see in the world.
As I saw fewer and fewer people that look like me move up the ranks in large law firms, I thought I've got to stick this out and see how far I can go.
Given the opportunity, there was no stopping me.
That seminal moment when you go into an educational environment of limitless possibility is in some ways the most transformative moment of your life.
The videos are from a few years ago, but the message is certainly timeless. Each time I see that video, I am reminded of all our supporters whose contributions enable a better chance to give our scholars the chance to pursue their dreams. Your investments enable a lifetime of opportunities. I now have the pleasure to introduce you to two exceptional scholars who were awarded a Better Chance's highest honors this year. The Nancy J. Lucas Memorial Award, established in memory of our beloved senior program coordinator who served the New York metro area from 1985 to 2002, is awarded to a scholar who demonstrates leadership in promoting equity and justice at his or her school, and who offers special encouragement to peers. This year's honor is awarded to Nala Owens. And the Judith Barry Griffin Award, named for a Better Chance's fourth president, is awarded to a senior who has shown exceptional determination to succeed despite challenging circumstances. And this year's award winner is Anesi Ojour. These young scholars are truly leaders for a lifetime. I now invite Nala and Anesi to say a few words.
Hi, my name is Anesi Ojour, and thank you for having me here tonight. I would like to start by expressing my endless gratitude to A Better Chance's staff, supporters, and my fellow peers for this humbling honor. I would also like to thank my family, friends, and many mentors. Without you, none of my successes would be possible. My Better Chance journey began when I was 11 years old, and my parents, both of whom had experienced the horrors of educational inequality, made the decision to send me to boarding school. With the Better Chance's help, I ended up at Stoneleigh Burnham, 600 miles away from my home in Atlanta, where I encountered what A Better Chance alumnus Duval Patrick called a whole new world. At Stoneleigh Burnham, I was given the opportunity to study at the Harvard Forest, to chase pink sunrises with my roommate, and to understand what education really meant to me. After 2 years at Stoneleigh Burnham, I was fortunate enough to transfer to Choate Rosemary Hall, where I would encounter educational opportunities beyond my wildest dreams. I got to discuss politics over dinner with Me Too founder Tarana Burke, to study abroad in Beijing at only 15 years old, and perform for philanthropist Peter Singer. True highlights of my life so far. Yet, despite the endless resources and opportunities my peers had at Choate, I realized that prestigious independent schools were still microcosms of the world at large, with the same attendant racism and socioeconomic stratification that existed beyond their walls. During my last 2 years at Choate, I observed the murders of Breonna Taylor and George Floyd and the chaos of the COVID-19 pandemic. Since then, leveraging my community and fighting to address change have become central to my life. From within the walls of my school, I observed the contrast of my friends, some of whom were marching for justice, while others relaxed by their pools. In this juxtaposition, I saw an opportunity to lead, and I anonymously started the Black at Choate Instagram account. The account quickly took off, garnering thousands of followers, and I was able to turn the account into a space that illuminated issues of racial and socioeconomic injustice, while encouraging dialogue that could spur change. Ultimately, the account yielded results as Choate adopted a more diverse curriculum, increased funding for BIPOC spaces, and defined an institutional response to dehumanizing language, among many other policies. As I reflect on my experience as an A Better Chance scholar, I think it is important for scholars to remember that our purpose is not to merely to enjoy the access we've been given. Rather, it is our duty to leverage our access to give back and make an impact on our communities. A Better Chance prepares us to affect change in this way, and it is incumbent upon us as scholars to seize moments to lead in ways that improve people's lives whenever those opportunities present themselves. And even if the opportunity doesn't present itself, just create your own. Thank you all again to all who have supported me, and I look forward to remaining a change maker within the A Better Chance community.
I would like to begin by thanking A Better Chance, A Better Chance's supporters, and my fellow A Better Chance community members for this incredible honor. Since becoming a part of A Better Chance in 7th grade, I've sought to represent the A Better Chance community's values and mission in all that I have done, and I am humbled to be standing before you today. In 7th grade, little did I know, my inclination to growth and flexibility would soon become invaluable. Just days before I was to arrive at Phillips Exeter Academy as an A Better Chance scholar, my home was flooded and destroyed by Hurricane Harvey, leaving my family homeless. My ever-sacrificing and determined parents were not going to let a disaster impede on my education. Without a home themselves, my parents packed up the few belongings we'd managed to save into a rental car and drove for 3 days until we'd reached Exeter, New Hampshire. Through the kindness of relatives and others, and because of A Better Chance, my family recovered, and I was able to make Phillips Exeter my new home at a time when I might not have had one otherwise. At Exeter, I immediately went to work, taking advantage of all it offered. I quickly assumed a leadership role in the Black community at my school and found healing in advocating for Black students like myself. I took my advocacy outside school as well, speaking virtually at the Democratic National Convention and at the United Nations International Day of the Girls Summit. These opportunities provided me a platform to speak about the importance of voter engagement and education for young people, particularly young women of color. I also served as a delegate for the Caucus of Women of African Descent at the United Nations 65th Commission on the Status of Women, and partnered with the American Civil Liberties Union on an educational equity research project that ultimately made concrete policy recommendations for schools across the country. What has made all my accomplishments meaningful, however, is that I did not achieve them alone. Every step of the way, I had my A Better Chance family behind me, from the care packages to the holiday gatherings and the check-ins from the incredible staff members. I'd like to thank A Better Chance for believing in me when I didn't believe that boarding and independent schools were places where I could belong. For any scholar who feels the weight of knowing that your school was not built with you in mind, know that there is an army of supporters making sure that school grows to make room for students just like you. For any scholar who is enduring a challenge that feels insurmountable, reach out to the networks around you and trust in your ability to adapt and overcome, to live and learn. There are people rooting for you. For any scholar who needs to hear it, we believe in you. And even if you can't see it right now, just know that you are absolutely capable of changing the world for the better, and we can't wait to see you do it. Thank you all again for this incredible honor. I'd like to extend my gratitude once again to the people that made this possible. My parents, my mentors like Mrs. Weatherspoon, Ms. Carbonell, and Dr. Matsumaru, A Better Chance, shout out to the Southwestern cohort, and all of you watching who continue to motivate and inspire me to do the things I do. Thank you.
Hello, class of 2021. My name is Nicole Melwood, Chair of National Advisory Council, and I am a proud ABC alum, Northfield Mount Hermon School. It is my great pleasure to be here with you along with other NAC ABC alums. We want to congratulate you on your accomplishments and welcome you to the ABC family. Please don't forget where you started and remember ABC, and we are here to support you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lauren Vick Birthday, ABC alum and class of 2005 at the Lawrenceville School. Super excited for all of you. Congratulations on this milestone. And most importantly, welcome to the A Better Chance alumni community and truly family. You are entering the ranks of thousands of others who've gone through a very similar journey and will be part of your network for the rest of your careers and your life and your educational pursuits. Know that we're here for you. I'm super excited for you. Congratulations again.
Wishing you all one of many, many congratulations in your young and bright lives. My name is Roger Manzano Jr., and I am a 2002 graduate from Wilton High School, from the Wilton CSP. Lots of words of advice, but I think one of the best ones that I can give you is to never, ever forget that you were scholars first, even though you're now alumni. And that's best embodied by a quote by Thomas Jefferson, who once said, "Determined to never be idle. No person will complain for the want of time who never loses any. It is wonderful how much may be done if we are always doing." What do you think about that, Reggie?
I think that's great advice, Roger. Congrats, alums, on your fresh alums on your new graduation. My name is Reggie Snipes, class of 2005, Better Chance alum from Deerfield Academy. My piece of advice for you all is just live your life, not someone else's. Stay true to yourself, what you need and what you want out of this life. A lot of folks will, certainly in this path, be able to give you some insights as to what worked for them. But I think it's really important to focus on what makes you unique and just realize that your life path may not be exactly the same as someone else's on the same trajectory, and that's okay. Do what's best for you and stay true to yourself, and I think you'll be okay. Once again, welcome to the Better Chance alumni family.
Hi, class of 2021. Congratulations and welcome to the alumni family. My name is Kyrie Dennis. I'm a ABC alumni, and I attended St. Andrew's School in Middletown, Delaware, class of 2012. One of the best pieces of advice I want to give you all is short and sweet, but just stay curious throughout your career, as you kind of take on this next part of your journey, and never be afraid to ask questions. Just being here today, you all have accomplished so much, and we're excited to see what's in store for you for the future. I hope you continue to take advantage of the alumni and your community here at A Better Chance. And again, congratulations! Excited for you all.
Congratulations, everyone, on your recent graduation as you head into the next chapter of your life. I am Sadeja McCutcheon, ABC alum. I went to Trevor Day School, graduated in 2013. And honestly, you've already received so many great tips and tidbits and advice from this amazing group here. And I would just remind you that the best piece of advice I received is success is in the follow-up. So please don't just listen to us and hear us, but apply it and know. More importantly, like if there's any takeaway from this conversation today or this welcome, that you are so welcome to this ABC alumni family. Please follow up with us, learn how you can get plugged in, and stay connected. Congratulations again.
Good evening. My name is John Bayless, and as chairman of Kirkland & Ellis, it is my honor to introduce Jamie Spray-Reagan as this year's recipient of the Dream Builder Award. But before I talk about Jamie, I must say, Nala and Anasi, you're both incredibly inspirational. Thank you for sharing your experiences, and congratulations on all your successes to date. We at Kirkland couldn't be more proud to support A Better Chance as part of our 5-year, $5 million pledge to increase diversity and inclusion in both our legal world and in our communities at large. ABC's commitment to creating diverse leaders by working with students at early stages in their lives is a goal that we, as well, are quite passionate about. And one of our own, Jamie Spray-Reagan, is a perfect fit to receive this year's award because it's something he's done for so many young men and women throughout his career. The Dream Builder Award says it is given to a leader who has demonstrated a commitment to helping gifted young people achieve their dreams and whose talent, determination, hard work, optimism, and leadership personify the attributes of A Better Chance scholars. And that is Jamie, who has done so much for so many young people throughout their careers. For those of you who are not aware, it's hard to overemphasize how large of a figure Jamie is in the legal restructuring world. It is no exaggeration to say he is truly the Babe Ruth of restructurings. He's one of the most well-known and accomplished attorneys in the country, if not the world. And if I read all the awards that he's been given throughout his illustrious career, we'd be here a lot longer than the time I've been allotted. But the professional side is not actually why I love Jamie. It's his personal side that I have the most respect and admiration for. People that know Jamie know how important his family is to him and how generous he is for the causes he is passionate about. And while he obviously is at the very top of the legal profession, he's remained as humble as they get and has focused on paying it forward, ensuring he trains, supports, mentors, and develops so many of those who have come behind him, including me. He's been a wonderful sounding board and mentor to me throughout my career, and for that, I'll always be forever grateful. So Jamie, on behalf of your entire Kirkland family, thank you for all you have given to us, and congratulations again on being this year's recipient for the Dream Builder Award. Thank you.
Good evening. Nelson Mandela said, "Education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world." That's what's going on here tonight. That's the mission of ABC, and that's why I'm honored to be honored by this great organization and all of the work it does. John, thank you for those overly kind words. Most of them were even true. And I would like to thank not just John, but my partners at Kirkland & Ellis for the support of me and this organization. I'd like to thank Josh Sussberg from Kirkland, who was my co-chair, who really beat the bushes to help get support of me and ultimately the organization. Janet Sandridge, who helped with the logistics as always, and thank you for that. Couldn't do it without you. And obviously, congratulations to my co-honoree that you'll hear from in a few minutes, Jonathan Pruzan. And I would also like to mention, he hasn't spoken tonight, but the chairman of the board, Theo Killian, my great friend, he's really responsible for me being here. I first became aware of A Better Chance a few years ago when I went to the luncheon, when it was actually a luncheon as opposed to doing a luncheon at night. Hopefully we'll be back to normal next year. And I listened really with astonishment to what this organization does and its mission and its accomplishment and its execution. And I really read up on it and was very impressed. And I ultimately made the mistake of telling Theo Killian, the chairman of the board, how impressed I was with the organization. We went around and got talking about it. And long story short, that's how I ended up standing before you tonight. Jonathan Sachs, the former chief rabbi of the United Kingdom, unfortunately passed away recently, said, "To defend a country, you need an army, but to defend a civilization, you need an education." You've heard tonight about some of the things A Better Chance does. And it really, to me, over the last 60 years is amazing. 17,000 approximately alumni, 2,200 students approximately that are out there right now, about 500 per year at 300 different elite schools. I don't think we've heard, but 96% of A Better Chance scholars go on to college, 20% go on to post-college degrees, and many go on to be leaders. We've heard from a lot of the alumni, and it's really impressive what this organization produces. There's an old Chinese proverb that says the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time is today. Tonight, we're really doing both because I look at getting an education for young people, getting them in a position to be educated as planting the tree 20 years ago. There's nothing better we can do than to start early and put young folks in a position to prosper and lead in the future. And if we don't do that early on, it's much harder to produce results later on. So we're planting this tree 20 years ago. We're also planting the tree today, and that's the second best time with all of you attending and all of your support. So I thank you for that. I actually think of what ABC does, if I want to think of it from a business standpoint, as CapEx. It's capital expenditures in the investment in educating the people of the United States who otherwise might not have access to the education that this organization gives them access to. If you want to look at the return on the investment, I think it's an infinite IRR. Really, it's exponential. You think of not just the 17,000 graduates, but you think of the families they come from. We heard from some of that already. You think of they end up having their own families, and they come to those families with the idea that they want to educate their forthcoming kids, et cetera. And so it's really exponential. And so when we say 17,000, I don't know how many you really extrapolate to, but it's probably tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands. This was really brought home to me. Thankfully, with the vaccine, I'm out traveling again a bit. I was visiting a CEO recently of a fairly large company, and I was waiting to see him. And another senior management person stopped by and said, "I see you're being honored by A Better Chance. Congrats on that." And I said, "How did you know that?" And she said, "I'm an alumnus of A Better Chance, and I'm here to tell you I wouldn't be talking to you today in the position I'm in if I hadn't been given the opportunity by A Better Chance." And that's one person. But as I say, extrapolate that to lots of people. George Orwell once said, "Some ideas are so stupid only an intellectual would believe them." Why am I saying that when we're talking about education? Because the education is incredibly important in the classroom, but the education that we're providing through what A Better Chance does is not just sitting in a classroom and learning. You already heard that from some of the students. It's the ecosystem. It's the exposure to all the other people. It's all the other people's exposure to A Better Chance students and all of the what I like to call the serendipitous events that happen when you have an opportunity to be in that kind of environment. And so it's not just about the classroom education, it's all the other things that come with that. You know, I do like to quote that noted philosopher and sometimes presidential candidate, Kanye West, where he says, people always tell you to be humble, be humble. When was the last time anybody told you to be awesome? Be great, be awesome. That's what I want to tell the students tonight. We were hearing some advice to them from alumnus. That's what I would say is, you know, some humility is a good thing, but being awesome is pretty good too. And feeling like you want to do that actually makes your ability to be awesome even more attainable. I would also say, take some risks. There's an old saying, it's hard to steal second base if you keep your foot on first base. And you have already taken risks by what you've done by, I'm sure, an incredibly scary experience, leaving your home and going to boarding school or going to a school that where all your friends aren't there. But keep doing that. And the risk-taking can really pay off. And I would end with saying to the attendees, a quote from Anne Frank, how wonderful it is that nobody really needs to wait a single moment before starting to improve the world. And that's what we're doing right now. We're not waiting a single moment to do that. I would note that happens to be the 74th anniversary of the publication of Anne Frank's diary today, just serendipitously speaking of that. But I think that's what we are thinking about in doing at tonight's program. So with all of that, I would say thank you for honoring me, but I'm really honored to be part of this and to help produce some fundraising support for the organization. Thank you.
Jamie, it's an honor to follow you, and your quote from Nelson Mandela and also Kanye West really resonated with me. Thank you for sharing your awesome words with all of us today. So Inesi Nala, and to all the scholars, you make us really, really proud in what you do. And also, I'm very, very proud to be a board member of The Better Chance. It's an honor to support you as you embark on your journey from curious leaders to confident and impactful leaders. My late father used to say to me that education is an equalizer. And that took me from Nigeria to boarding school in the UK, which ultimately has helped me make the progress that I've made in my life and also in my career. I'm not only a board member at A Better Chance, I'm here representing Morgan Stanley, who is so proud to be presenting the sponsor of this year's luncheon. Morgan Stanley's relationship with ABC is almost 30 years old, and educational advances of people of color is something we've believed in for a very long time, and we continue to support throughout the years. Commit to diversity and inclusion was named as the 5th core value to Morgan Stanley. Our chairman and CEO, James Gorman, has recently stated, I quote, "At Morgan Stanley, diversity is an opportunity for clients, employees, and the firm. By valuing diverse perspectives, we can better serve our clients while we help our employees achieve their professional objectives. A corporate culture in which everyone feels they belong is fundamental to our role as global leaders, constantly striving for excellence in what we do. I personally love a culture that values equity. I love a culture that values inclusion. I am proud to serve for this great firm. I'm not really here to talk about me or to talk about Morgan Stanley. I was actually asked here to introduce my new boss and partner at the firm, John Pruzan. John Pruzan is the Chief Operating Officer at Morgan Stanley, and congratulations to John for his promotion last month. Previously served as the Chief Financial Officer and Executive Vice President of Morgan Stanley since 2015. And John has also served as Head of Corporate Strategy, and he currently sits on the Operating Committee and the Management Committee of the firm. John embodies all the leadership qualities in the Chairman's Award. He is committed to the power of mentoring and education and in helping young people achieve economic equity an opportunity to drive their development and growth and their impact in the communities that they serve. John believes in giving back. This is demonstrated throughout the years as a board member of Tufts University, a board member of the Peterson Institute for International Economics, and the vice chairman of the board of Summer Search New York. I want to highlight Summer Search as it has proximity to what A Better Chance's mission is. And like A Better Chance, it's all about supporting young people to find purpose. They mentor students and expose them to summer experiences, as well as providing career and financial guidance through their times through school. For all these reasons and more, I will now share with you a recorded video from John, which was shot early this week, where he talks about his belief in a better chance and also education and equity and inclusion as well. Over to the video.
Thank you, Akene, for that very kind introduction. I'm John Pruzan, and on behalf of Morgan Stanley, I'm really excited to be accepting the Chairman's Award from such a great organization, A Better Chance. I want to give a shout out to the 2021 senior scholars, wish them the best of luck in college and to future success, both educationally and opportunity in the workforce. And also want to recognize the 17,000 young students of color who have been through the program. As a young person, I had the luck or the privilege to have access to people who helped me, whether that was through scholarship or financial aid or other organizations that put me on a path to getting a college degree and ultimately helping me get my first job. So giving back is critically important. That commitment to giving back to the communities, recognizing that there are people who could use help, who need an opportunity or need a door opened or an introduction or access to a better education. In terms of diversity and the importance of diversity, clearly a very challenging year. The last 18 months, the pandemic, social unrest, a lot of strife and a lot of anxiety in society. And I think Morgan Stanley really stepped up during that period. We added a fifth core value to our core values, and that was a commitment to inclusion and diversity. We set up our Institute for Inclusion. We've always been committed to creating an opportunity and diverse and inclusive workplace, but we also wanted to bring that to the communities around us. So we funded this institute, brought in an outside board of directors to help us frame the issue and think about goals and commitments that we wanted to make. And this is not a one and done situation. We just didn't put out a press release. We're following it up with the Institute for Inclusion. This is a long journey. It's a commitment by all the employees of Morgan Stanley to make Morgan Stanley a better place to work, but also the surrounding communities a better place to live in. And then lastly, mentorship. I think mentorship plays a critical role. As Akene mentioned, I'm involved in another organization for young low-income students, which is built around mentorship, giving young people an opportunity to have an adult figure to talk to bounce ideas off of, to talk about things that are bothering them or other opportunities that they could have. And so I'm a big believer in mentorship. And in my career professionally, I had access to some great mentors. So important as a young person and mentee to search out mentors. And then ultimately, as you get older, very important for you to become a mentor, to pick someone or a group of people, preferably people who don't have similar backgrounds to you, and to try to mentor them and give them the opportunities that you had. So I just wanted to close by thanking everyone for this very prestigious award. We're thrilled here at Morgan Stanley to be affiliated with A Better Chance, and want to wish you all the best of luck and good health.
I wish I had one of those applause machines. I served during so many of tonight's presentations. I really wanted to just hear the applause. It would be wonderful in person. I'm sure it would be deafening. Congratulations, Jamie and John. We really appreciate your commitment to helping make a difference and change lives like those of our Better Chance scholars and alumni. To Nala and Anesi, thank you for your inspiring words and really for all that you've done. I'm just so impressed at such a young age. You guys are just offer us so much hope, sharing your journey Well, we just know that your futures are bright, and we look forward to seeing your career progress as you follow your passions and make us all so proud and remind us that the mission and work of A Better Chance is more vital than ever. You know, Better Chance has helped young people of color with talent and big dreams gain access to some of the best education in the nation. And as you've heard, many of them going on to higher institutions of higher education. That's why so many of us who've benefited from this program are committed to paying it forward and giving back to the organization. Tonight, I am donating in my mother's name. I am making a bigger donation than I have in years past in appreciation of A Better Chance, making her dream come true by giving me the opportunity and the tools to succeed. That's the reason that our family came to the United States, for that kind of opportunity. That's why we left Cuba. I hope that my donation can help give another family that same gift, to give their child a better chance of achieving their goals and becoming leaders who push us all forward. So please consider supporting our work at this time. That link to give is directly below me here. And I hope that you will give generously. It's so important, and it's such a way to really make a difference. Before we all sign off for the evening, I do want to make sure to thank our sponsors again. Tonight's event and our work year-round wouldn't be possible without their steadfast support. So thank you to our presenting sponsors, Costas Family Foundation, Morgan Stanley Foundation, and our valedictorian sponsors, Deloitte, FTI Consulting, Kirkland & Ellis, Skadden, Arps, Slate, Meager, and Flom, Stanley Black & Decker, State Street Corporation, Teneo, and UPS, and our summa cum laude sponsor, SVP Global. Thank you all so much. Congratulations to all of our scholars. Once again, cheers to all of you. I toast to you. Finally, it's my privilege to thank all of you for attending here at home. You know, it's been a tough 15 months, but there have been some shining lights that have come through. You know, just the stories that we heard from Anisi and Nala. And while we all have Zoom fatigue, still tonight it warms my heart to see so many who chose to join us, from Nicole and Kyrie and Reg and Roger and Sandaja and Lauren. I didn't want to leave her out. Those of us who choose to join and really be a part of this, because what we do here is connect. We are connecting in the name of hope and helping. You know, at the end of Jewish Seders, it's tradition to say, next year in Jerusalem. These days, I always end events with the wish of next year in person. And next year, I really wish to see all of you with us in person. For tonight, I hope you have a wonderful evening and a wonderful weekend. And please do make a donation to A Better Chance.